Hello everyone, welcome to the next session of our course Internet Fundamentals and Web Tools. So, this is 36th session. We are going to discuss about tables in this session. So, whatever that we have discussed so far is about the HTML introduction, tags and HTML document structure and HTML attributes and headings, paragraphs we have seen, and there are some tags like pre tag and there are some null. So, there are some empty elements will be there. So, those elements also we have seen, and text formatting, how to do text formatting like bold, italic and few more things we have seen, and comments. So, how to add comments in HTML and what are the how to denote color or how to specify a color for a particular attribute. So, these things we have seen, and so how to denote the color we have seen. We did not attributed it to any element, and hyperlinks we have seen, and images are also we have seen. So, hyperlinks related to hyperlinks with text we have seen, and in this tutorial we are going to see with images also, and how to add the image also we have seen. In this session we are going to see the images with a specific width and height. So, this thing we are going to see now. Okay, in our previous session we added one we have one web page. So, we implemented one web page which is adding or which is showing one image file. So, now I am going to add height and width for that attribute, height and width for that element. So, I am going to add height. It is okay if even if it looks ugly, but I am going to put 100 pixels. Uh, 100 pixels height and then width equal to 100. Let us see and save, and I would like to go to navigate to the browser, click refresh. So, it is showing only 100. So, this is how we can have the height and width of the picture or the image. So, if I remove width and save, go to the image, refresh, then it is according to the height. If I remove height also, then it will show up the original image. So, this is how we can have. So, but I will just put height and width for our usage, and then now in this session we are going to start with the image as hyperlink. So, we have seen we have seen an image and we have seen on hyperlink. So, the images also can be used as a hyperlink. So, instead of the text that we are going to use in the as the content in the hyperlink, we are going to use the image in that in the same window. So, the same I mean we know about image, we know about hyperlink. Now, we are going to mix up both. What we suppose here, if I have to add an anchoring tag A, what is the attribute is href is equal to http://www.google.com and then close the anchoring tag. Here what do we need to put? Whatever that is present here, cut it and just hit an enter, go to the end. Here we are going to paste it. So, this image will become a hyperlink. Control S for saving, go to the image test browser, okay. Then as soon as we move our mouse here, it is showing the it is showing up the google.com. Alternative text we can have, and even if we want to explore more, we can have along with image we can have some text also. So, we can have some text also. Go here and we refresh, anywhere here this text also will be having a hyperlink, and even in the image is also having a hyperlink. Go back and image, we have seen an image as a hyperlink. So, now we are going to start define using a abbreviation. So, rows are and days on rows, never on columns. So, table cells which act as column headers or row headers should use th element. So, to define the table in HTML or to show a table in the browser UI, then we need to use the element called table. So, it is the element name is table table, and in that table there are sub elements which are TD and TR, which is TD for table data and TR for table row. So, we need to base the table on table rows. So, we need to define like first the table we need to define, and inside the table we need to define the table rows, and inside table rows we need to define table data. Data is the actual data whatever that we want to keep it in the table. So, table cells a table will be having rows and columns, and rows are denoted by TR and columns are denoted by TD. So, columns are not actually columns. So, table rows we will specify, and in the table rows how many data, how much data we can specify, those many columns it will dissect the table into. The HTML page, if it sees two TD elements, it will show us 2 columns. If in a row if we have 3 TD elements, then it will have 3 rows, 3 columns, and so it will not usually table will be having lot of data, and the header. So, the table header is denoted by th, where we will specify the title of the table. So, here the cells which act as a column headers or row headers should use th. So, wherever we want to stress or the header for the table may be on the top or on the left side or anywhere else in the table. So, for these things we will denote it as th, which is table header. So, if we keep something in table header, it will show up as a heading. So, that is a sample program for this. Let us execute this program now. So, what we are going to do now? We are going to create a new file, HTML, close the HTML, close head, then in the head you are going to table test page 1, here body, inside the body we are going to keep the table. I am going to copy everything by using Control C command, then move to the test page and then Control V. So, there are some characters which are printed here, let us delete them later, but before that we are going to save this. So, I am going to say it as example 1 dot HTML, then so all types of files, save and then click on save, so that everything is shown up here. So, this VT I am going to delete. So, quickly deleted all VTs. Let me take a couple of moments to indent to make it better, to make it a better indentation thing. Where is the TR? This is the TR. So, this is again another TR. So, if you observe here, there are some TD elements. So, there are some TR elements and TH elements, which we discussed just now, and TR elements are TD elements and TH elements are enclosed by TR elements. So, now it is better indented. So, inside table we have TR elements, and inside TR there is TH element. So, this TH element denotes the table header. So, the table header will be here first name, last name and age, and TR, and here TD element denotes the table data. So, the data is a simple data here, which is a text. So, we can have different data, like we can have different headers. So, all the any element inside this table data we can keep, but here it is only the text elements, text I mean some simple text we placed. So, I am going to save it, and let us see what will happen, what is the outcome of this particular table. So, here there is nothing, like table we have created. So, this table started here and ended here, and we have 3 rows, 1, 2 and 3 rows. Inside these 3 rows, one row we dedicated for table header, which is of 3 headers, and 2 rows we dedicated for table data, which is having 3 table data and 3 headers. Okay. Now, I saved it, and let us open this and see what will be opened, how it will look like. So, this is the table that we have created. It is showing, let me increase the zoom, so that let me zoom it, so that we will be able to see it better. Now, it is showing, it is showing it like a table. So, this is the header, age, first name, last name, age. So, this is if you observe, this is bold and it is stressed, and others are where other data is just a plain text data, which is whereas this is bold. So, because this is a table header and this is table data. If we add one more table header, table data here, let us see what. So, as everything is aligned, as everything is like one table data, I mean everything is like 3 table data available, then we are seeing like this. If we add one more TD, if we see what will happen. So, I am going to say this as extra, save it, save this, go to the browser and then click refresh. Then here we have got an extra thing, but still it is actually having 4 here we are having a cell added here and here also we are not able to see the border. So, we will be adding the border to the table later, but this is how we can add the table data. Let us delete this. We will see the complete information again in after few slides. So, this is how we can create tables, and there is how to specify the border. So, now there is no border associated with. So, there is some attribute to the tables to specify the border width of the table. There is an attribute called border. Cell padding, to specify padding for the table header and table data. Row span and column span, row span and col span. So, table cells can span across more than one column or row. So, the attributes col span, how many across, and row span, how many down. So, indicate how many columns or rows a cell should take out. So, now we have seen a table, but without any border. So, it is actually not looking like a table without any border. It does not look like, it does not look good. So, what do we do is to add some border. So, how do we add a border? By using the attribute called border. And cell padding. Cell padding is something, some how many pixels we should leave, for how many pixels we should leave in front and back of the data. So, this is true for the table. This should be used only for this will be applied on table header and table data. So, because only table header and table data can have the data associated with. Table row is simply, table row will be just having some TD elements or TD elements or TH elements. So, it will be applied on table data and table row. So, TD and TR will be affected if we specify the cell padding. And row span and col span. So, row span and col span will be used to, how many, suppose a particular element we want to span across few rows. So, this particular table data I want to have, suppose one table data is valid for 2-3 rows. Suppose we are specifying an address. So, one person can have many addresses, or one person can have many phone numbers. So, the person's name will be here. Suppose we are writing all the phone numbers, all the phone numbers that we know, then we will have all the phone numbers here. And if the person is having 2 phone numbers, so these 2 phone numbers are related to one person. So, here these 2 rows will be there, or these 2 columns or table data will be there, but these 2 are associated with only one person. So, in the person's name column we will have only one person's name, and that person's name or the table data will be spanned across these 2 phone number columns. So, here there are 2 rows, but here there is only one data. So, like that we can have row span and column span also. So, how many across? So, how many across is column span? So, how many columns we need to consider for this particular table data? So, this data will be having more than one row or more than one column. So, this will span across 2 columns, and both the columns are for both the columns this data is valid, and rows how many down. So, this will indicate rows, how many columns or how many rows a cell should take up. So, this is how we can, so we will add a border and cell padding to the existing table now, okay, and see how it will look like. So, this is the table, we have added just now. Border, I will say 1. Let us see what will happen. Come here and refresh. So, 1 pixel is added. Suppose we added earlier, we added one extra table data. So, that one TD we add extra TD. Then now what will happen? Refresh. So, the data is added here, and here there is no cell associated with it. So, each data is added. So, the extra things whatever we added will be added like that. Let me remove this extra. And we are going to test one more thing. What is that? Just cell padding. So, I am going to have cell padding is equal to 10. Let us see what will happen to the cell padding now. So, how does this look like? So, as if you observe, what is the difference? Like initially the I will remove, let us remove cell padding and just see once, so that we will be able to understand it very easily. So, now when I added cell padding, it is looking like this. When I remove cell padding, it is looking like this. See, if you observe, see this first name, last name, age. So, there is a whatever the longest text which is having, it is occupying the entire table, entire column or the entire cell. Here in front of the first name there is nothing left, in front of after the first name there is nothing left, above and below also it is strictly tied to the border. So, only 1 pixel or not even 1 pixel is left after the name is written. Suppose we write something like here I am adding one more some more text here. So, now how does it look like? So, whatever the longest text that is there, so it is actually showing that, I mean fitting the length into that, but we want some space to be left front, back, top and down. So, what do we do then? We will have cell padding. If we add cell padding, I will say 5, already we have seen 10. So, if I say 5, then now it will look like this. So, for everything, then it is for every cell it is leaving some space on top, bottom and front and back after the element. So, this I will try to modify the same web page, or I will try to modify the same HTML page, so that it will be easy for us and time saving. Okay. So, I am going to copy this. Let us leave this table as it is. Sorry. And I will have another table here. So, just remove this style. So, it is showing the properly. Then let me take some time to make it better indented. So, now it is showing a better table. So, inside this table there are 2 rows, name and mobile number, and here the data, if we see, it is showing two phone numbers related to one particular name. So, let us see how does this look like in the browser. So, this is our table. Actually, we have not saved this, that is why it is not being shown. File, save, go to the browser and refresh. So, here it is showing one name and mobile. So, it is to show it a better way, I am going to add border. Save, then here, come here and some. So, maybe this is not being supported right now. So, the mobile number is being shown for both the both the phone numbers. So, like this we can have call span. Call span is how many columns that we need to take up for how many columns that we need to occupy for one particular table data, and like that row span. So, row span if we see it is the other way around. So, how many rows that we need to take, one data will be having the mobile number, the two rows will be having the phone numbers. So, that is how we can show the row span. And caption. So, how do we add the caption to the table? So, the caption element is used to add a caption to HTML table. A caption must appear in a HTML document as the first descendant of the parent table element, but it may be positioned visually at the bottom of the table with CSS. So, there is some so the example is caption. Inside the caption element we need to write some content like student records or something else. So, it is used to add a caption. So, what this table is meant for and why this table is there. So, wherever this table is moved, this caption also will be moved. So, inside the table element, even before writing table even before writing table data and table rows and table data, we need to add some description about the table. So, that is by using caption element. So, the caption element will be having some description like this. So, and usually it is placed on top of the table, but if the caption if the table is not if we don't want the caption to display on top, then with some scripting like CSS we can place it in the bottom or wherever we want. So, we will add one caption to the existing table. Open the table. So, I am going to delete the second table. Save, go here. So, clean it is okay. Now, I am going to add the caption and enter. Caption, and just close this caption first. Here we would like to write the employee details. So, Control S for saving, go back to the browser and then refresh, then it showed employee details here. So, it is not a separate entity out of the table, it is inside the table and we are displaying some information about this table. So, it is being shown like this here, and this is how we can use caption, table caption. Okay. And the TR attribute. So, what a TR or table row attribute, table row will be having lot of is having lot of attributes, so that we can show the table row in a specific format. So, alignment. So, one attribute is align, sets the alignment of the text. So, the valid values are center, right, left. So, BG color to control the background color of the rows, and background identifies the URL of the file used with the background image for the table row, and the border color sets the border color for all inside borders of a table row. So, TRB border color equal to some color name we need to give there. So, we are going to test or we are going to try all these things now. So, TR attribute align, so sets the alignment of the text. So, where the text, how the text should look like, it should be in the center, or it is left aligned. Left aligned means starting from left, or right alignment. Right alignment is starting from right to left, or right. No, it is not actually reversing of letters. Usually, when we are writing some letter, how do we write where do we write the address of the address, or it is on the left side of the letter. So, when we are writing some letter, we will be writing on top left on top left we will be writing to so and so person, and then subject, and then the letter, and in the bottom on the right bottom we will be writing the address. So, or thanks and regards or yours faithfully we will be writing on the right bottom. So, if we do right indentation it will be on the right side, if we do left indentation it will be on the left side, and if it is center it will be in the center. And BG color. So, BG color, what is the color that we want to use for the particular table row. So, this one is we have already seen about enough about colors, like how to pick a color and all. So, this BG color is we are going to use this BG color for setting the text of a table row. So, for all the elements of a table row it will be set. And background. So, which is the background? So, which one it will show, we need to specify the URL of the image, which we want to place as a background image of the table row. And border color. So, border color sets the border color for inside borders of the table row. So, it for each border we can set a color. So, it is like TR, border color is an attribute and equal to red is something like this we can write. So, let us try this now in the editor. So, TR attribute align. So, we have already an existing table. So, this TR attribute, like we will see now. Initially the page is looking like this. Now, I am going to this page is looking like this. Now, I am going to align this to the left, align equal to let us say center. So, now it is looking like this. How it will look next we will see. So, this table row might not be having any effect because it is the having the maximum weight. And we do like this. Then if you look at the if you look what is changed, then these things, this table row, the second row which we placed here as center, all the things came from center. Why did not have center alignment for table headers? Because all the table headers are by default it is centered. So, suppose if we press left here, if we type left here, then and come here, refresh, if you look at what is changed, then everything is moved to the left side of the table data or the left side of the cell. Like that we will put something for right side also. Right. So, I saved it, come here, refresh. So, this is the left alignment, this is the center alignment, and this is the right alignment. So, this is how we can change it, change the alignment of the data. So, this alignment we have seen, and then what is left? BG color. So, it is the first time we are getting an opportunity to use the colors, even if it is a bad color, just excuse me. So, let us have this as a red color. So, I am going to put as BG color equal to COLOR is the spelling for color, not COLOUR. BG color is, I will place it green, and Control S for saving. When we come here, we will see what magic will happen. See, if you look at this, entire table row is turned into green, and so that is the magic of the BG color. Now, we have a color picker already. So, why are we struggling with this? So, I am going to put some weird color, something related to. So, I will mix red, blue and green and have one color. So, I am going to copy this particular thing. Let us see what color we are going to get here. I am going to save it, go to the browser, refresh. So, what is the color? I do not know what color we call that, maybe. So, from the color picker we chose one color. If we just say 0 0, I do not know what color it is going to come, but this is how we can actually choose the colors. And another thing is the border or the background image. So, we already have an image. Let us see this image, we can place it as the background of a table row. So, background equal to what? Go back and say good morning. So, where is the image test? So, this is good morning, right. So, go back to the previous directory and this is good morning. Let us see how it will show. So, do not get surprised if it, even if it shows a little weird. So, this is the background image, because the image was completely so most of the images I mean this part of the image is till here only, it is not showing the full image. So, to show the full image there is a lot more things to do, but this is how we can show the background. And the last one is the border color. Let us see what the border color will do. So, I am going to put the border color for a different table row. Border color equal to let us choose a black color. So, what will be there? 0 0 0 0 0 0. So, this should show us the black color border, but maybe black color is already there. Maybe we will use some other color as red. So, maybe the border color is got changed, but we are not able to observe it. So, this is how we can actually play with the table rows and columns. So, there is this is all about tables, hyperlinks and images with hyperlinks and all these things. So, in the next session we are going to look at the lists. So, how many kinds of lists will be there? Ordered lists, unordered lists and description lists. So, these are all the things that we are going to see in the next session. So, in this session we have seen tables, images and hyperlinks with images also. So, thank you.